Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another video. This one, I'm pretty happy to upload it because it's a project that's been in the back of my mind for quite a few years, and now that it's my close season, I have time on my hands. I decided to crack the whip and actually do it. And that's making my own lures. I really enjoy making my own flies, catching fish on my own creation. But lures is something that I was always a bit afraid to dip my toes in until now. And I do still enjoy fishing lure a lot, and especially swim baits. Swim baits, and on top of the list of the swim baits, definitely the glides. I have a really soft spot for glide baits. The problem with glide baits is that I always find that here there's not too many that really mimic the natural praise that the pike have. Most of glide baits and swim baits more than often are based on the trout pattern. I don't know why companies still do that. I suppose probably because they originate probably for bass fishing in the States, and they bring them over to this side of the pond, and maybe it's cheaper to make. But we don't have that many trout here in the lakes. I mean, we do have some trout, but it's not the main diet of the pike. Main diet would be perch, roach, and bream and skimmer bream, young bream. But in glide baits, all that you find usually it's that trout or shad pattern, and usually it's always based on American shads like shinners and bluegills and that sort of thing that we absolutely do not have here. So I decided to bring the two together, like lure making and finally making a lure that I'd like to fish, and I think that the pike would like. So I didn't film everything, every step of it. I'll do a little montage after I'm finished talking to you of the process I went through. But because it was my first bait, I wanted to spend more time concentrating on the creation of it, on the making of it, than filming it, because filming takes a lot of time, and I didn't want to take all that time and resources away from making the bait. So yes, I finally did it. Probably if you've seen some post on Instagram, if you're following me there, you've seen I put a few pictures. I built a master out of wood, and then I made a mold out of silicone, and then I finally poured it in resin. I had two pours before I got something decent. The first one I had air bubbles trapped in it and it didn't look good. Even though the second one is good, but I didn't concentrate on the aesthetic of it and on the finishing of it. All I wanted was to get the resin mix proper, nice and right, and to get more importantly, the weighing of the lure, because it has to be so precise. That's what makes glide baits, some really good glide baits, so expensive, because you have to take time to weigh them. And even once you arrive at that critical point of like so floating and slow sinking, adding a couple of split ring and changing the size of the hooks changes totally the sink rate on these lures. So you kind of have to be a little bit precise with that. So the version I created, I took it outside on the lake yesterday for the first time. I was so impatient to use it that the clear coat wasn't even dry in the morning. It was still a bit sticky. I think I was at like 6 in the morning with the hair dryer on it, just to get rid of that stickiness. It says like 72 hours before you use it, and I didn't wait for that. But like I said, I wasn't worried about the aesthetic of the lure. All I wanted was to see how it reacts in the water and how it swims. So I suppose the next version I'm gonna change a little bit, a few things. But so far so good. It caught pike, and I had quite a few takes yesterday, even on like leaving the lure doing nothing. So if a fish takes a lure when it's just sitting there in the water column and slowly sinking and not moving, it proves that it's fooling fish. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's a good, especially now. Like I mean, the waters here are like yesterday was 3.84 degrees. So you're talking nearly at the coldest water temperature of the year here. So usually lure fishing, it's not something that people do now. It's all dead bait and ledgering on the bottom, but I can't do that anymore. I don't have the patience for fishing dead baits. I find it so boring. So I plugged on with the lure and I tried this one, and I'm really chuffed. So I'm going to give you a quick look at it. So this is, like, bear in mind, like I said, a prototype. So he got absolutely hammered yesterday. I even found pike tooth stuck in it this morning when I was looking at it. But I suppose, like, the clear coat wasn't completely hardened, so he got well battered yesterday. But there it is. This is the skimmer brim and glide, and I'm really pleased with the brush tail as well. This is something that I've been becoming a really fan. This moves nicely when you pull your glide. It collapses and then reopens. It's very resistant. Really happy with that type of tail. I was maybe gonna go for silicone tail, but this is a lot more. First of all, it's easier for me to make because I don't know anything about silicone and soft lures. But yeah, pretty happy. Happy with the way it's moving, the angle, the connection, the hooks. So the only small problem I had yesterday on the water, well, problem, it's that it's a little bit nose heavy. I tried swapping hooks, putting a lighter hook at the front, heavier hook at the back. It helped a little bit. So it's kind of acting on its swim a little bit. It's not there 100%. I'm nearly there. I think I just have to change a few grammage. I'm keeping a sheet with everything. I'll show it quickly because it's like a recipe. I don't want to give away all the ingredients because this is taking me a lot of time. But I keep the grammage at the front and at the back. You see, there's two different spots where the weights have been put in, and yeah, I'm chuffed with it. I'm really happy. I might put some for sale once I get everything nice and tuned, and they'll definitely have a good clear coat on them. They'll be more resistant than this one. So if that's something you're interested, maybe just yeah, tell me in the comment section below. Interested to see what if people would be interested in getting some of those. Now I'm working for the next one as well. Next one, of course, what pike eats a lot here is perch. So this is going to be the next glide. I'm really excited to make this one. Like I said, the first one I didn't film much on it. So if this one you want to, I don't know, see step by step how I do it, a bit more precise, a bit more filming involved, there's already a lot of bait maker on YouTube, so that's why I didn't want to become like a bait maker now, because I'm far from being one. I'm total amateur. Like I said, this is my really first one I ever made. But if you want to see how I do it, just say yes or no in the comment section below, so like that I'm not wasting time making video that you're not going to watch. What else? Yeah, pretty chuffed. Thank you for all the new subscribers as well. This is really helping me to get a bit of a drive to keep the channel going and pushing and doing these things. So what else I wanted to talk to you about? Not much. Yeah, glides all the way. This is the skimmer brim, and I'm so happy with it. I didn't take too much video of how it swims because for one, I'm not happy completely with the way it swims. Like I said, it's a little bit nose heavy. So I will take a video of the swim once I'm happy with it. For the moment, I'm not 100% happy, but the pike seem to like it, so good enough for me, nearly. So yeah, thanks for joining me for this video, and yeah, let me know if you want to see more content on lure making and lure building like this, because yeah, something I'm really enjoying doing. So I leave you with this little montage of the few clips that I managed just to film quickly with my mobile phone while I was making this lure. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time with probably this lure and more pike's faces. Thank you and see you the next time. Bye.